Welcome back to Dr. Mary Travelbest's Guide. And this is part 2 on Oslo, Norway. So, to catch you up, a few months ago, I returned from a 90-day journey around the world solo. And I'm excited to find out how you travel and also listen to some of your experiences. So here are some of mine. And I'm going to start out with an FAQ, and then I'll get into a confidence challenge, Oslo Part 2, and some of my mistakes, which you can learn from. So let's hear from Tabitha. She asked me an FAQ. She actually complained, and then she asked me a question. She said, I don't want to share a room because I use a sleeping device that makes a lot of noise. How can I save money on my travel without putting someone else out of their sleep? So I wanted to answer Tabitha and say sharing a room is a blunt instrument for saving money. If your sleep setup creates friction, the more brilliant move is to optimize timing, location, length of stay, and amenities, not to sacrifice privacy. So this might not apply to all of the answers, but it does give you some tips here, Tabitha and other listeners, on how to save money when you're traveling for a good room. Okay? So the question is, where is the money going when you're booking your room? So before you change lodging, look at most significant cost drivers. Are you paying for the location or the prestige that you don't actually use? Are you staying more nights than are needed? Are you locking yourselves into inflexible dates? So other lodging costs could drop sharply 1 or 2 transit stops away from the tourist core. Now, as far as private rooms and shared properties, many hostels, guest houses, and homestays offer private rooms with shared kitchens or bathrooms, so you avoid roommates entirely. And you could save between 30 and 50% lower than a hotel. Kitchens definitely reduce food costs, and that adds up fast. Now, also, you could stay longer and pay less. A weekly or a monthly rate can dramatically undercut the nightly pricing. It works especially well for apartments or extended stay properties. Even adding an extra night can lower the average rate a lot. So ask yourself, is speed costing me money? Now, another thing is you could travel slightly off-peak, not off-season. So you don't need to travel in miserable weather to save money. The shoulder season often offer the same experiences at lower prices. So midweek stays are also consistently cheaper than weekends. Airfare and lodging both benefit from this shift. One other tip, rethink room features that you don't need. Be skeptical of comfort upgrades. Do you actually need daily housekeeping? Do you need a view? Especially if it's a large room when you're out most of the day. Do you need that? Smaller, simpler rooms are quieter, cheaper, and often better for sleep devices anyway. And the other thing, second to last here, use points and cash together. If you collect hotel or credit card points, you can use them for expensive nights and pay cash for the cheaper ones. This hybrid approach stretches value without compromising privacy. And lastly, pick accommodations that are built for solo sleepers. Some properties quietly cater to solo travelers, like business hotels or capsule-adjacent private rooms, or even budget chains with excellent soundproofing. These are designed around individual sleep needs, not social lodging. So hopefully that was helpful. So now let's talk about confidence and how you are confident in your travel. So if you're in Oslo and you're maybe new to traveling, maybe you have some accessibility needs, you could challenge yourself. You could trust yourself to explore independently, even for just a little bit. Now, Oslo, the infrastructure is excellent, but navigating it alone in a foreign country can feel intimidating. So here's a challenge. Now, Norwegians are incredibly respectful and willing to help. They'll assist you if you ask, but they'll never intrude. So trust that combination of independence and quiet support. If you enjoyed this confidence challenge, my book series, delves deeper into trusting your decisions when you travel solo. Get educated, learn, and do in that order. And you can find the series at the link in the description for Book A or Book B. It's a series on travel, or you can find it on the website, 5 Steps to Solotravel.com, or you can find it on Amazon. And now I'm going to talk about Oslo, Norway, Part 2. We're going to get a little more in-depth into Oslo. It's a breathtaking city. And as I mentioned in Part 1, there's lots of fjords and vibrant forests here. It's known as one of Europe's most welcoming and forward-thinking capitals, with a serene, safe, and modern atmosphere that's really good for solo women travelers. So let's kick off our adventure and let's go look at the Vigeland Sculpture Park. It's one of the largest sculpture parks created by a single artist. It's got wide, smooth paths. It's easy to explore at your leisure, and the park's tranquil ambience is just perfect for reflection and appreciation of its artistic beauty. A little bit of a reminder to me of Versailles, France, but it only took 15 minutes on the tram to get there. The park features statues. Okay, we've got babies, women, faces, as well as a lovely rose garden. And the park is open every day, all hours, and never closes. And did I mention it's free? Okay, my friend from an earlier trip to Sweden that week, Margaret, and her sister, we drove to Portabacken and Krillkivia. I might be pronouncing these wrong, but on the way we saw notable landscapes that included white birch trees and blue skies with clouds. The weather was 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, and we had an incredible experience visiting a museum dedicated to Oslo's tragedy involving homegrown terrorism that occurred in November of 2011. And I've got some highlights from this outdoor park that stood out. So we were exploring the beautiful moss and unique plants at Sundvolden. It's, as I mentioned, an outdoor museum, just a 30-minute drive. Exciting to travel around in a Skoda electric car, showcasing Norway's commitment to sustainability. So look in the show notes for these locations, the outdoor museums. And a little bit about the economy in Norway. So they are independent from the EU economically in some ways, thanks to its rich agricultural and fishing resources. But Norway, it actually can prioritize its own interests without contributing to the EU's financial struggles. So on my next time to go to Oslo, I'm definitely going to check out the Louisiana Museum of Modern Art. It's, again, about 45 minutes away, and I really want to see that, as well as Copenhill, which is an eco-friendly destination featuring a ski slope, lifts and hiking trails, and a climbing wall. It's near the waste-to-energy plant. And the Fram Museum, a lot of people talked about that, where you can dive into incredible tales of Norway's polar explorers. This museum is fully wheelchair accessible, with ramps leading to a replica of a historic polar ship, Fram. Just a stone's throw away, the Kon-Tiki Museum awaits with accessible and showcasing Thor Heyerdahl's remarkable voyage. So I'm going to be talking about some of the other things I did. This Bugday Peninsula, you can have outdoor seating of the local fjord views as a really nice thing to do in Oslo, and also stroll the Karl Johans Gate. It's the city's most vibrant main pedestrian street, filled with charming shops, cozy cafes, and historic architecture. I spent a lot of time there. This lovely avenue leads you right to the Royal Palace, surrounded by inviting gardens and easy-to-navigate paths. There's so much to do in Oslo. You could hop on a tram. Most of Oslo's public transportation is low floor and incredibly wheelchair-friendly, and soak in the exciting city lights, dancing on the water. It's a beautiful place. Now, my missteps. So, the language barriers. Again, this is step 5 travel, and there were some names that I just couldn't pronounce. So just do your best as someone from the USA. Most people speak English. I couldn't speak the language, but I went on Duolingo for practice, and then I just kept trying. So here's my advice. Fake it until you master it, and apologize in the meantime. People will appreciate that you tried. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next journey. And again, check the show notes for lots of ways to connect with Dr. Travelbest.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.